Hello everyone, my name is Zenitsu and I'm back with another Digimon spoilers video. So, over the past couple of days we got some new and exciting spoilers from BT06, so let's just get into them. First up, we have Bulkmon. So Bulkmon is looking to be a pretty decent yellow level 4 Digimon. Stat-wise, he's doing nothing too special. 5 to hard play, 2 to Evo, 5000 DP. Again, nothing special. We've seen that before so many times. But what is good about Bulkmon is the fact that he has a nice ability where during your turn, when your security is 3 or more, then this Digimon gains security attack +1. So he's supporting the whole theme where you want your security to be on the higher side, but if your security is still at 3, then you still get his ability off, and this plays really nicely with the new pulsmon, just because that the new pulsmon will give him jamming if your security is exactly 3. So the whole idea is you're going to hard play pulsmon on your turn 1, putting your security at 3, then digivolve up into Bulkmon, and then swing with Bulkmon the next turn. So that's just looking to be like a pretty interesting and pretty powerful combo, and I'm really excited to see if they're going to flesh out the Pulsmon line or if it's just going to be these two. But regardless, I think this is going to be a relatively decent card to aggress with early on in a lot of yellow decks. Next up, we have Ginkakumon. So Ginkakumon is looking to be a pretty good Digimon for the color purple, and stat-wise, she's really doing nothing too special. 4 to hard play, 2 to Evo, 5000 DP. Again, nothing too special there as a level 4. But what is really good about the card is that she has a very powerful inheritable ability of when attacking, you get to discard 1 card from your hand to delete one of the opponent's level 3 Digimon. So this is really good for a whole bunch of different reasons. First, this is recursive removal, so every time you attack, you get to trigger this ability to try to remove the opponent's level 3 Digimon, which again is just pretty good to be thinking about, on top of which it's not locked to once per turn, so you could set up some really kooky crazy combos to just multi-attack and trigger this ability off multiple times. Then on top of that, the fact that it looks like BT06 Purple is playing around with the fact that they want to discard cards to fill up their trash and get rewarded for discarding cards. So she's definitely a really powerful discard outlet just because she's a really easy discard outlet with a good benefit to wanting to discard to her ability. And then on top of that, she's just a really good purple Digimon in general just because she has a really powerful and easy way of filling up your trash, because I wholeheartedly think that discarding cards is better than straight up milling cards, just because you could be a little bit more selective on what you want to discard to fill up your trash with, so that way you could better utilize what's in your trash for various different effects later on in the game. So I definitely really like what this card is doing, and I definitely think she's going to be a really good and powerful card to be playing in purple. Next up, we have Ginkakumon. So Ginkakumon is looking to be another really decent level 4 purple Digimon to be playing around with. Stat-wise, it's doing literally nothing special. It's almost the exact same as Kinkaku's, except it has 1 more play cost initially than Kinkaku. But regardless, you're really just looking to utilize the card for the inheritable effect. So what the inheritable effect is during your turn, once per turn, when you discard a card due to your own card effects, then you get to gain 1 memory. So this is yet again playing with the sub-theme of wanting to discard cards to gain some additional benefits, and the additional benefit off of this card is gaining an additional memory, and in Digimon, there's a lot that you could do with that 1 additional memory to make even more powerful plays possible. So I definitely really like what this card is doing, especially since there's a whole bunch of relatively easy ways to discard cards due to your own card effects already in purple. So it's just looking to be a pretty good Digimon just for that ability alone. So one of the quick examples of a way to utilize this card based on the cards that we already have in the game is that we could just use this card to digivolve into Lady Devimon, because then this card will be an inheritable source, and Lady Devimon's when digivolving ability states that you get to draw 2 and then discard 2, and then the second you discard, you'll be gaining the memory back for discarding, because Ginkaku is the inheritable of Lady Devimon, so it's almost like you could digivolve Lady Devimon for 2 instead of 3, which just makes Lady Devimon that much more powerful and efficient of a card to be running in a deck like this. So that's just one example of the ways that we could utilize this card, and I definitely think there's a whole bunch of other applications that can make cards more efficient and more powerful than they were before. Next up, we have Modoki Betamon. So Modoki Betamon is looking to be Blue's Terriermon clone, where it is a level 3 Digimon that is 3 to play, 0 to evolve, 2000 DP, and has the same exact ability as Terriermon all the way back in BT03, where during both players' turns, your opponent can't gain memory except by tamer effects. So this is just a really powerful ability to be playing around with, just because each color has their own ways of gaining or manipulating the memory, so making sure that you could turn all of that off except for by tamers is still really powerful, just because it could stop some of their plays from trying to make even more powerful plays possible, and definitely can help control what the opponent is going to be trying to do. We kind of already had another card that acts similar to this in blue in the form of Ginkakumon to turn off the fact that they can't reduce their evolutions, so between the two you definitely have a lot of extra control elements in blue to be playing around with and thinking about in the rookie slot. Next up, we have Hackmon. So Hackmon is finally making his appearance after he was alluded to in the sistermon cards, and he's definitely looking to be a really decent and powerful Digimon, just because he is that stereotypical digger for the deck that he's going to be forming. So what he's doing is he is a red level 3 Digimon that has 0 to evolve, 3 to hard play, and 2000 DP, so your usual rookie stats. And he has a really powerful when played or unplayed ability, where you get to check the top 5 cards of your deck and add up to 2 cards among them that contain Hackmon, Jesmon, or sistermon in their name, and then put them into your hand, and the rest go into the bottom in any order. So this is just really powerful just because you get to check the top 5, you get to add potentially up to 2 cards, and it looks like we're probably going to be getting the rest of the Hackmon line on top of Jesmon in the game, and he also could help dig out the sistermons, which the sistermons, as we already learned before, are going to be playing around with the fact that they like Hackmon and Royal Knights. So this is looking to be a really powerful engine card to help play a lot of those cards and make that deck that much more efficient. And then the last new card that we got shown over the past couple days is looking to be Jesmon himself. So he's finally making his appearance into the game, and he's looking to be a pretty powerful Digimon in his own right. So he has your stereotypical red level 6 stat line, where it's just 11 to hard play, 3 to evo, 11,000 DP, so he's a little bit more on the efficient side, but he doesn't have as high of DP, but that's okay because the sistermons definitely will help with that. And then on top of which, he has 2 big abilities. His first ability is a when attacking ability, where you get to play 1 Digimon that has sistermon in its name from your hand or trash for free. So that's already really good, considering, again, the sistermons already look to be having high synergy with the card. And then on top of that, he has another ability where during your turn, once per turn, when you play a Digimon, this Digimon gains plus 3000 DP and piercing until the end of the turn. So it doesn't really matter which of the sistermons you're going to be bringing out. He himself is naturally going to be gaining 3000 DP, meaning he'll be hitting for 14, on top of the fact that he'll be gaining piercing, so he's always going to be doing security damage, is just something really powerful to think about. And the fact that his second ability plays into his first ability, which again has high synergy with all of the sistermons that we would be running, definitely means that he is going to be relatively interesting of a Digimon to be playing around with, especially since we're probably going to be getting the other Hackmons that will digivolve all the way up into Jesmons, so they'll probably have some really good inheritable abilities for Jesmon on the level 4s and level 5s to really make the card an absolute beast to be playing around with. So those are all of the spoilers that we got over the past couple of days, and I'm really liking where the set is going, and I'm really excited to see what other cards that we got coming in the set. And it's definitely looking to be really interesting, not only just for all of the new cards, but for all of the old cards that we currently have, to be making a whole bunch of really powerful and exciting decks with. So that's all I really have for this video. As always, feel free to tell me your thoughts down in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next video.